All right, guys, this is a three-part. This is the part one of a three-part knee pain solution series. Now, before we start, let's talk a little bit of simple anatomy here. So the knee joint is basically a hinge joint. Main movement is to flex and extend. It also has what's called a screw home mechanism of the knee. It's basically like a bottle cap twisting, tight seal, which happens right here. As you straighten out your knee fully, the bones in your knee will twist to lock it into place, like a bottle cap that turns to secure that lid. Now, the locking helps to stabilize your knee, especially when you're standing. So if it's extended, just like this, it's locked. Now at 0 to 30 degrees, this bottom bone turns inwards, this turns outwards. At 30 to 90 degrees, this turns out a little bit, turns in, and then with a full flexion, this whole thing turns in more, and then this turns back out. Now, before we prep the knee to allow this rotation or locking mechanism to happen and unlocking it, we want to work on the upper portion of the leg and the lower leg first. So if you can recall from our previous video, knee pain is a secondary condition or symptom, if that makes sense. So the first thing we want to do is we want to loosen up that quad. And we start right from just the back part of the hip here, and then we go on to this direction about 2/3 of the way, just above the knee. So you're definitely gonna need a foam roller. A softer one would be best. Sometimes the harder one's gonna be uncomfortable. I do have a harder one here, just preference wise. So position here, in this position, just like this, you're gonna roll on that outer portion here. You're gonna turn and twist a little bit. Then as you get to the bottom here, you're gonna go back again to where you were on the outer portion of that quad. In, rotate. Go out again, go in, rotate. As you can tell, I'm kind of like turning here and twisting. Going back and forth. You're gonna do at least 3 rolls, 3 sets, 15 rolls apiece on either side of the knee, whichever one works best for you, or whichever one's the issue. That's the first part. So for the second part right here, what you wanna do is you wanna get this lower portion of the leg. The goal is basically to turn this in that way, so this part of the mat is gonna be on the outer portion right in here. This is going to be on an angled position just like this, the slope of an ab mat. All you need to do is just position yourself like this, and you're just going to oscillate back and forth. 3 sets of 15 would be a good way to start this. So this is part one.